Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome in. Thanks for watching today. YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM channel 158, or any of our outstanding affiliates across the country. In this hour, Derek Stevens on the program in 30 minutes. He's going to update us, Pauly, on the quarterly, the records for that contest, that part of the Circa Millions contest, and how many people are in the mix, basically, because this coming week is the final week of the first quarterly of the entire season. So we got that going. In-pocket plays in 45 minutes as well. And right now, tonight's Major League Baseball card. Super excited. Like, this is it, man. It's do or die tonight for some of these teams for the most part. Like you said this, and we'll talk about this with Derek as well, because he's a lifelong Detroit guy, right? So Tigers in action against the Guardians. And I said this earlier today, sportsodshistory.com has this. The Guardians were 150-1 to win the division not that long ago.
Oh, God. It's incredible. It'd be the biggest collapse in the history of sports to be 59-34 July 8th and have the best record in baseball. Can they even hang on? Forget division. Can the Tigers make the playoffs? That's not crazy if they would miss now, because they go to Fenway after Cleveland. The no is plus 450. They're 26-37 since the hot start. Only Colorado, Minnesota, and the Angels have a worse record. They've lost 9 of 10, and they're going up against the second hottest team in baseball, 15 of 17. And during this September run, Cleveland's number one in ERA, and they're number one since the break as well. They're 6-4 this year against Detroit. One more win, and they get the tiebreaker. They get 2 out of 3 here, and they're going to do it. Because I think Detroit's going to stub their toe in Boston, because the Red Sox are going to need a couple of those games as well. But it comes down to this guy is the best or one of the best in baseball. He's got to go out there and prove it. And even has just got swept at home by the Braves, but he's laying $1.06 up to 170 now at DraftKings on the road against Williams and the Guardians.
I'm looking at his K-prop tonight, Tarek Skubal. By the way, the ballpark pal projections at vsin.com, they don't like him going over tonight, and it's 7.5. And by the way, it's juiced as high as like $1.52 at DraftKings to go over. So people are just like, okay, you're right. He is one of, if not the best pitchers in all of baseball. Mm-hmm. Go out there, and this is why you're going to get how much? What, $300 million on the next contract? Who knows what that number is going to be? You need to go out there tonight and go 7 strong, strike out 12, and allow absolutely nothing. That's how people are betting this. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's going to happen? Look at the first 5 total. It's 3.
Yeah.
You want to go under 6.5 for the game?
I don't.
So you think Cleveland's going to get to him?
I just never know with the bullpens, though. That's the thing. And what could happen late? What if it's 1-1 in the 9th inning again?
Sure.
We've seen plenty of that. Again, to put it in perspective, July 9th, they were 15.5 out. Detroit's been in sole possession of first place 152 consecutive days.
Oh, boy.
17 days ago, Detroit had an 11-game lead.
Well, this would be a rough one. Didn't you say during the break that people who are on the Tigers to win this division, they never even thought about hedging?
Yes. I know several people who have big bets on Detroit to win the division. And it's just like, wow, I'm good. You forget about it. And then it really got real. Because they were still 6 up, 7 up last week.
Right.
But then once you got swept by the Braves and Cleveland took 3 out of 4 in Minnesota, I mean, it's just they've gained so much ground here in the last 10 days.
Okay, so do we trust Skubal to go into the 7th inning tonight? You know, the stuff that we're kicking around right now. Here you go, hot shot. Mm-hmm. Go get, again, you're pitching 114 pitches in this game tonight, right? And his outs prop is 18.5. So can he get 1 out in the 7th to record 19 outs overall? I see as high as plus 125 right now for him to do that.
Okay. Because then if you lose this game, you got to use them this weekend at Fenway, and then you won't have them to start the playoffs either.
Well,
that's possible as well.
It's certainly possible, but I can't believe I'm saying this right now, and neither can they. Probably they can't think they're even thinking about it.
Yeah.
But if they have to do that, they have to do that to get into the playoffs. Mm-hmm.
How about the Astros, $1.10? Javier against Springs.
I saw that number last night. Yeah. How about that?
I think haven't they made the playoffs 9 years in a row? Maybe if you throw out the COVID year, whatever it is.
God, they made the ALCS like 7 years in a row or whatever it was.
So the A's are hot. Kurtz has incredible numbers this year against the Astros. He had the 4 home run game, hitting .548 against Houston in 7 games. And the Astros, minus 160 to win the series, plus 135 to miss the playoffs. The Red Sox have the tiebreaker over Cleveland and Houston. That's big. Seattle's magic number is 3. They have the tiebreaker. They're essentially 4 up with 6 to play.
So if they sweep Colorado,
they got it.
That's it. It's theirs.
Mm-hmm. And then Houston goes to Anaheim after this. But Houston has to win. But do they get some help? Because essentially they're 2 back because Boston has the tiebreaker. I think Cleveland has a tiebreaker over Houston. If you help me out.
I think you said that earlier.
Cleveland has it over Houston too? Yeah, okay. But I know Boston has it over Houston. And Boston goes to Toronto, Giolito against Gossman. I like the Blue Jays. $1.60, 50-25 at home, 7-3 this year against the Red Sox. Giolito's been great, but Gossman's been better. Gossman's been great, 2-0 with an ERA under 1 in his last 4. So it was a bad showing. It was a couple road games that the Blue Jays had, but so strong at home. ESPN gives Boston a 91% chance to make the playoffs. Everything's in their favor, but I don't think this series is going to go well in Toronto. They also get, I think is it Scherzer? It's a tough schedule for who they match up with the pitchers with the Blue Jays coming up here.
Well, let me give you the last. Okay, so you said the numbers there, the last 4 games overall for Gossman. Let me expand on that. So if you go back, there was a game where the Blue Jays lost on August 30th to the Brewers 4-1. He went 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. And the game after that, this was at Yankee Stadium, 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, and 5 Ks. After that, against Houston, complete game 2-hitter, 9 Ks. And that was a shutout. And then in his last start against Tampa, 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned, and he threw 95 pitches. This is another example of, again, right, they have a 2-game lead over the Yankees. Kevin Gossman's outs recorded prop tonight is 17.5. Now, you got to pay a little bit of juice, but I see it as low as minus 115. That's at Novig, actually. So you can find it at other bets, other books like around mine. That's an exchange. Minus 125, maybe in that neighborhood. Are you that confident to say that, here you go, huge game, man, you've been great. All you have to do is go give us 6 innings to cash that bet. Yeah. And the juice is, you can stomach that.
Yep. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one, I think.
Okay. Yankees win and they're in. Best record in baseball going back, a 26-12 run. Toronto has the tiebreaker over the Yankees. Their magic number is 4 for the division. And I think I know you were talking about the White Sox earlier, but I think the Yankees will take care of the White Sox here. And then they got the big ones in the National League. The Mets have to face Horton tonight. Now, the Cubs just got swept against the Reds, and the bats were silent. But I think the bats will come alive tonight against Peterson. Last 15 games, Mets starters, 1-8 with an ERA of 5 and change. They were 21 games over 500 in early June, and now they're in this spot. And the Reds have the tiebreaker over the Mets. I just don't like the comments coming out of the clubhouse after they lost 2 out of 3 at home to the Nats. And Alonso's like, we can't even believe it. You can't believe it. We can't believe it. We were so good, and now it's falling apart, and we're going to can't control it now. Yep. We got to win and need help now because the Reds have the tiebreaker. And the Reds are playing the Pirates, and Singer's been good. 7-2 with an ERA of 2.15 in the last 10. And the Pirates are 23-52 on the road. It's 6-4 Reds head-to-head. Better get this one tonight. I don't know how long he goes, but Skeens is pitching tomorrow.
All right, let me give you some more outs props here to get your thoughts on these. Kate Horton for the Cubs. Again, they're -0.5 in the first 5, plus 133 here at Circa. Guy's been absolutely brilliant. 15.5 outs tonight, though. Heavily juiced under.
I wonder what they do. I don't know. I wonder how they'll treat this.
We're looking at as high as minus 250 on that to go under. I think that they're telling you something here. Like it's going to be 5, and that's it. David Peterson, same game, 15.5.
Okay.
Will he work into the 6th?
No, I don't think he'll be around.
I don't think so either. I think the Cubs can maybe get to him too.
Yep.
And another one, how about Shohei tonight? Does he go 5 strong in this game against Arizona? Because they made his outs prop tonight 14.5. Actually, I see a 13.5 out there as well. But he basically has to go 5 innings, and you are looking at minus 120-ish, 125 in that range. They've been building up a little bit more. It's slowly but surely here.
Depends are they up big? What's the run support? I know that's tough. Braves trying for 10 in a row. They're $2. The Waldrop kid's going again. He's been excellent. I like Phillies on the run line. Sanchez has great numbers at home. And they're all talking about we got to have the bye. We need the bye. Bryce Harper said it several times. That's moved. They're now $1. They're even money on the run line against the Marlins. How important it is because the Phillies are so good at home. I think we've hit, and I can't believe the Mariners are only $3. How can that be? This Brown kid's awful for Colorado. Wow. They're on a 20-3 run at home, and they've been mashing.
I think it's because Miller's on the mound.
Wow, come on. Total's 8? Raleigh goes deep tonight. My best Scherzer call. Give me 2.
He goes deep twice to get to 60.
Season may have started. You can still jump in. The VSiN Average Joe contest sponsored by Edge Boost. Make 7 picks, NFL or college. Best score of the week wins $100. But if you have an Edge Boost account already, it's $1,000 every week. Quarterly prizes as well. Trip to Vegas, free night stay at Circa. Chance to be on a VSiN show. Free to play. Enter anytime. VSiN.com/Joe.
Up next, the juxtaposition of the Tigers' free fall and the Lions' ascension is fascinating.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Coming up in 15 minutes, Derek Stevens on the program, owner, CEO of Circa Las Vegas, from Detroit, lifelong diehard fan of the Tigers and the Lions. Can you imagine what's going on, like in his brain and also like in that city right now? It's a teeter-totter. You have this ridiculous, once in a lifetime, once all time basically, free fall by the Tigers. And now how opinions have changed on the Lions after the last 2 games.
Oh, yeah. They got right in a hurry. And perfect offense and performance the last 2 games. Phenomenal. And then Detroit, you go from 1 seed. Of course, we have the division wrapped up. We're thinking 1 seed. And now can we even make the playoffs? I mean, if they lose tonight, that is right. They're in big trouble.
Oh, that's the definition of squeaky bum time. It's already there.
Yep. We got a great text during the break. A listener has Max Fried, most wins, 35-1 for $9,000. Fried goes tomorrow against the White Sox. He has 18. Crochet and Rodon have 17. He's terrified Crochet will have to go Sunday and get there. But if Fried wins tomorrow, he should be okay. Crochet goes against Scherzer tomorrow.
Well, if Fried wins tomorrow,
worst he can do is dead heat.
Right. And at that point, then he could bet Crochet to record a win.
Yep.
If he gets 2 more starts, in both of them.
It'd be nice to be 5-0 Yankees tomorrow in the 3rd inning.
Sure.
You get involved with the in-play.
Then watch him pull Fried at 4 2/3.
Oh, get up. Knock it off.
Oh, he's going to hate me for saying that.
No.
Yeah, so that's, think about what was said about the Lions 2 weeks ago. Paul, you have to raise your hand. I have to raise my hand as well, as did everybody. Mm-hmm. But looking back now, things change after the first couple of weeks, like the Colts, right? Their updated win total is like 10.5. Over, I think, is plus money. That team could, if you look at their schedule, if this is real, they might win 12 games. But with the Lions, I think what we know right now is that game 1 against the Packers in Lambeau, that was their preseason game because they didn't play in the preseason. And also the Green Bay Packers defense is very good.
Might be top 20, or top 10 all-time good.
So the Lions got that bad outing out of their system. And look, the biggest concern was, oh my God, no, right? And no Ben Johnson. What's it going to look like? After last night, I'm all in. What they did, and I get it, the Ravens defense decimated because of injuries. A lot of key guys were out. That unit will look better as they get guys back. But that looked like the same old Lions. And the offensive line, despite, the minuses there from last year, the couple guys that they're missing, The running backs looked awesome. Montgomery for 150 and 2 touchdowns, big for them. But also, guys were wide open that Goff's throwing to the entire time. And to go on 2 different drives of 95-plus yards in prime time at Baltimore, come on, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right? So, and the one play call that I was blown away by, and it looked like Ben Johnson was still calling the plays, right? Because when he would go into his bag of tricks, it's like, okay, good luck stopping that. But at the goal line on 4th down, just like the creativity, here you go. We're going to give it to Ross St. Brown in the backfield. Oh, look at this. Then he's going to run the option and pitch it to Gibbs. Easy touchdown. He could have somersaulted into the end zone. And the opinion now is they're one of the best teams in the NFC. And game 1, like, I want to see them play at Green Bay this week to see what would happen.
I think they would have problems moving the ball.
Well,
but they might win a game because Green Bay's got issues too now
Sure.
offensively and some injuries. The other takeaway is, this bad defense at Baltimore, it's alarming. I know you have guys out, but it was too easy. And the other thing is the Detroit defense, though, too, which you want to, 30 points. The garbage touchdown late, you can throw it out. But these guys are potent, and they're stars all over the field. Henry fumbling has got to stop. He doesn't have an explanation for it. He's distraught on the sideline. That's 3 games in a row. But to put that kind of heat and pressure on Lamar and sack him 7 times and to get the goal line stand,
great.
It's a great job. And to hold Henry to 50 yards, he had the long run to start. And they shut him down the rest of the way.
That's right.
So it was a great job defensively, and that's a scary thing. That's what we watched last year. It's like if the defense is going to play like this, and they'll have all that firepower themselves, then they are the best team in the NFC.
And now they have to go from playing that defense to getting the Browns coming up this Sunday at home. Laying a big number there.
Yeah, that'll be a good test too, right?
Very good test.
Right. Because the Browns are sick defensively.
Man, if they had anything on offense.
Come on. But Burrow had 7 yards in the second half.
Well,
and they shut the Packers down, and Baltimore couldn't do anything.
that Green Bay had to put that team away, and they couldn't do it.
Yep.
Couldn't do anything on offense, basically. If the Browns had, like, let's say they put in whoever, right, Gabriel or Sanders, and it's like, oh, look at this, they got something here. Like, if they were viable on offense on a weekly basis, wouldn't you be, like, wanting to bet them in futures to make the playoffs? Certainly they would have different numbers, obviously, but or if this was the same team from 2 years ago, if it looked like the same team when Joe Flacco was there and they went on that crazy run, like that would be a team I would never want to play because the defense is so good. And by the way, if you can still find Schlesinger, their rookie, earlier today he was around 16-1 when we recorded Pods to the Future. If he's still 16-1 anywhere to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, if you don't have anybody in that market, you got to bet that. That would be a great number to have.
Yeah.
His numbers are outstanding. He plays pretty much every single snap. And that defense is going to be the real deal for the entire year, as long as they stay healthy.
Yep. We're a little terrified of what Dart can do with all the love, with our Scattaboo tickets, but I think it's a positive for Scattaboo because the offense will be much better. He'll get more touchdowns. I don't know how many games they're going to win, but certainly the Giants organization did the right thing today to bench Wilson. And then we'll see if he goes to the Bengals, which I would not like. But apparently the Giants have reached out to the Bengals and see if they kick the can on that.
And you said that when I brought up Winston earlier instead of Wilson, you said that Winston's untouchable?
They love Winston. Great locker room guy.
Yeah. Well, Russ has to go somewhere because if it doesn't work with Dart, you can't go back to Wilson. You got to go to Winston.
No, the fan base can't. Have seen what he did. But you didn't want to throw an interception again. He was just who throws other than Derek Carr? Who throws the ball out of bounds on 4th down?
No, that was
throwing the ball up the tunnel.
That might have been worse than Derek Carr.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
All right. Yeah. So in the last hour, we talked about the very sad news that Dave Sherapan passed away over the weekend in the sports betting space for a long, long time. If you watched the quest for $9.2 million here on VSiN on the YouTube page, or the quest for $14.2 million to get really fired up for this year, Circa Survivor, you saw him. He was in a lot of the episodes, always a great soundbite, always had a smile on his face. Phenomenal human being. Leaves behind a wife, 3 daughters, absolutely gutting for the entire family. The news, he shared the news on Twitter earlier this summer that, oh, look at this, 3 words you never want to hear, you got cancer. And it just, bam. A couple months later, gone. Devastating news. But as I mentioned, the guy had such a great way of telling stories And this was him on Yahoo Sports a couple of years ago, reliving the story of the Packers and Steelers Super Bowl when he took two different $1 million bets on the game in the same day.
My name is Dave Sherapan, and this is my story time from the book. So a guy walks into the sports book. This is 2011, Packers Steelers. It's 6:30 in the morning. Guy walks in and says, I want to bet the Super Bowl. Okay, for how much? $1 million. So, okay, no problem, buddy. When you get the money, just come back and let us know, and we'll take the bet. He bends down, disappears from the counter, stands up, and boom, there's a bag right there on my counter. Unzip the bag and neatly shrunk wrapped his $1.1 million. He's going to bet the Packers. I go in the back, tell the boys, there's a guy here, he wants to bet the Packers for $1 million. Well, who is it? I don't know, but he's out there. Take the bet, count the money, and we're good. Boom. Hand the guy the ticket. I said, hey, man, you want to take a seat up in the VIP? Anything you want, it's yours. And he looks at me dead in the eye and goes, man, I'm not even staying to watch the game, and walked out of the book. 18 minutes later, a guy comes running into the book. He's screaming my name. Dave, 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 I want to bet the game. I want to bet the game. I want the Steelers. I said, how much? $1 million. I said, all right, where's the cash? And he pulls out a bag, and his bag looked a lot different than the first bag. It just was not a nice bag. The money was somewhere, I don't know where, but okay, I'll be right back. I go back in the back and tell the boys, you're not going to believe this, but your man's out here and he wants to bet $1 million on the Steelers to win the Super Bowl. So we counted the money again. The money counter's got a full workout really fast. He took off, and my dilemma was, where do I put all this money? And I realized in 15 minutes, I just handled $2.1 million. The next customer approaches the counter. Here we go. I just took $2.1 million. What do you want on the game? And the guy says, I want a $5.18 parlay. And that's my Super Bowl story.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
God.
He will be missed, man.
Yeah. Great photo, too, when he came in studio. We all had our hockey jerseys on, and he was great. Damn. I can't believe a couple weeks ago he tweeted at us.
I know.
Catching up on the show in the hospital,
so
and yes, condolences to his family, and that is a great. It was a great thread from Adam Burke, by the way. You can check out. I retweeted it. It's a great thread about how he was always in a good mood and positive, and we're divisive country, and how well we're at toxic at times, but everyone loved the guy, and that's hard to do in this day and age.
Well said. Up next, Derek Stevens on the program, owner, CEO of Circa Las Vegas. We'll get his thoughts on the Tigers, this free fall there. And now what does he think of his Detroit Lions? We'll ask him coming up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Time now for our weekly visit with the owner and the CEO of this great property. Derek Stevens joins us here as we're live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. How you feeling today?
Pretty good. How you doing?
You must be, it's kind of like mixed feelings, right? Mixed emotions. Here you have now, after 3 games in, feeling damn good about the Lions, especially after they got boat race in week 1, couldn't do anything on offense. But at the same time, your beloved Tigers, oh mamma mia. Is this going to happen?
The Tigers, this would be an epic collapse if this happened. I think everybody in Detroit's still in shock. So obviously today, big day. Scooble going at Cleveland. So we'll see. This is as must win as you could get. This has been unbelievable collapse.
Yeah.
Swept by the Braves, swept by Cleveland. It's unbelievable. Yep. So So with the Tigers, you don't feel well, but yeah, then with the Lions, boy, they look good yesterday. They that offense looked like Ben Johnson was running it. Morton had his own spin on things. That handoff to the pitch was an unbelievable play. I mean, going forward on 4th and 2, there's so many good things that happened in that game.
I said this throughout the show today. That game last night, that specific play, I've seen enough. I don't need to know. Ben Johnson's not a thing anymore for me. They're in good hands here.
Yeah, I would say I think a lot of people have that sentiment. That was a special game. That wasn't just a great game. It was a great game.
How'd you guys do that game here? Because that was ping-ponging back and forth all day long.
Yeah, it was. I've heard mixed stories around town, but for us, it played out really well. We ended up taking a good amount of Raven action in the last half hour. we also took a good amount of under action. So I got to go into the game rooting for my favorite, which is Lions over. Kind of what I grew up on.
Piece of cake. That's right. Piece of cake, no doubt. Yeah. Last Saturday night on the contest show, you said the Bills would be the most selected team in Circa history. Do you still think that's true? And
for this upcoming week?
Against the Saints, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
I absolutely
do you know what the number is?
What do you mean?
What's the most used team ever in the history
Well, it's got to be Denver week 1, right?
You think so?
The most used team by well, there's more people in it now. So it's going to be, there's over 10,300 Circa survivors that have Buffalo available. So we've never had that many people available.
Yeah.
Percentage-wise, I think we've had 50% before.
Okay.
I don't recollect that offhand though, but yeah, with over 10,300 Circa survivors having Buffalo available, and when you looked at Buffalo, I didn't bring my schedule with me, but you look at Buffalo.
They play New England after.
Yeah, the only other time I could see you using Buffalo is Week 5, but
Week 5's tricky.
Yeah, Week 5 is tricky.
Yeah, it is.
I get that. Week 5 is tricky, but are you really, sometimes you got a 16.5, what is it? What do we get now? 16.5 point favorite?
They're minus 2,000 on the money line.
You pass up a 16.5 point favorite? I don't know. For me, I know on the show I get to do with Matt Humans and Tim Murray, I'm going all in on Buffalo. I mean, I just think it's the right spot, the right move, the right everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know you're going to see some Lions, but you really want to give up the Lions on Thanksgiving? It's an option. It's a holiday team. I don't know. I think you're going to be north of 50% of the pool on Buffalo, which means what I'm saying is that you're going to have more than 6,500 out of the
10,000 plus. Okay, yeah.
Out of the 13,000 overall.
So you think, so just to clarify again, 6,500 of the 10,000 plus that still have Buffalo.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
so that means that obviously more than 3,000 people, in your opinion, will keep them.
No, I'm saying at least 6,500.
Okay.
I frankly don't see why it's not higher. I mean, I know a couple of other predictions came out with a lower number, but I just don't see. I don't see how if you're not taking Buffalo this weekend, what are you waiting for? I mean, I get Week 5, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, it's the final week of the quarters.
Yeah.
How about an update here with the chances you can win some money?
Yeah, final week of the quarter. So in the lead in the Circa Million now, he is the one, 14-1.
Oh, here we go.
All the way in first place by themselves. There's a tie for second with the Odd Couple and Retchie. They're both 13-2. And then there's 26 entries that are tied at 12-3. So we're going to have a little battle here in this week. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about the other side of this.
Yes.
Get a kick out of this one. So in the last place for the booby prize, we've got D. Long and Frankie Black. They are tied at 1-14. So we've got two people tied at 1-14. But what I find fascinating, there are another 35 entries that are 2-13. I mean, not Frankie Black and D. Long. Yeah, you could say maybe they control their own destiny, but only if they go 0-5. When you've got 35 different entries at 2-13, you know one of them, if not more, is going to post a strong 0-5. So you know you're going to have to do like a 2-18 to be up there. Yeah. Now some of these at 2-13 are worth mentioning. One guy who knew in advance. His name is Bad Luck Schleprock. Bad Luck Schleprock, 2-13.
Yeah.
He deserves to win. Think about that. Here's another one I find interesting. Bluebird 1, Bluebird 2, Bluebird 3.
No.
All 2-13.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
How does Bluebird have 3? Now, I'm really interested to see what Bluebird's strategy is.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Are they going to do an oppo or are they going to do a mix? I mean, Bluebird's trying to get one of them to go in 0-5.
Right.
What would you do?
I would say Bluebird might be the favorite on the booby prize.
How would you play that?
I'd mix it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I would take a couple different shots to put an 0-5 up there.
Mm-hmm. So you would not go opposite?
No, I probably would.
On two of them, and then the other one.
I would mix it up. I'd take a couple different shots to try to go up there. Now it is just the first quarter, but
well, it's key to win, though. I mean,
what do you have on the top? How many people are breathing down the necks of the 14-1 guys? Do you have that?
There's 35 people at 2-13. Look at it goes all the way down.
The other way.
Yeah, I think he said 26 or 13-2.
Did you say that? How many are 13-2?
We got on the good side.
Good side, yeah.
He is the one who's 14-1. Odd Couple and Recchi are 13-2, and then we've got a total of 27 that are 12-3.
They're 12-3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said something, by the way, to go back to the contest show, which is at 9 o'clock Eastern every single Saturday night. It's an awesome show. It's must watch. With you, you do it with Matt Brown, Mike Somich, Jeffrey Benson. You said moving forward, one of the strategies might have to be with multiple contests, you do the exact opposite in case of this. Because if you're going to be off to a really poor start like this and you're going to be 1-14 or 2-13, you do the opposite on another one, you're looking at 14 and you could be in the mix to win both.
Yeah. I definitely think there's a strategy. I know it costs an extra dime, but I think having an oppo strategy makes sense.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, you get the whole season. You get a lot of action.
Right? Yeah, sure.
A lot of action. Yeah.
I might see you tonight. I'll pop in at the gate. Incredible response on social media.
Yeah.
You're expecting some heavy hitters tonight. You changed the high limit. You can play 500 a push now in video poker. Tell people about the new thing at the Golden Gate.
Yeah, Golden Gate. We started it off on Friday night. The night starts here is a campaign. So from 6 to 7, we've got an open bar. First time a casino's ever done an open bar. So it's a full open bar. And you just show up and you with your players club and you get an envelope. A little golden envelope. And inside of it, you get free play. It's either 5, 10, 25, 50, 100, 300, 1,000. There's 1,000 in there every night.
Yeah.
So we're giving out the free play, open bar, and so far it's been wildly popular. We've always had a lot of fun, but we're trying to bring some value back here. So Golden Gate, the night starts here.
Excellent.
Well, there's no way it's not going to be popular.
It's been pretty good so far. My whole thought is how do you doesn't matter what you're doing. Go to a sporting event, show,
sure,
out on the town, dinner. But if you start off with a couple free drinks and you get a jackpot, you walk around with house money, there's no better feeling than that.
Quickly here, for the people, because people always reach out, like, hey, do you know if Derek's going to be around? They want to meet you when you're hanging out. How often do you think you're going to be there for that 6 to 7 hour?
I'm going to be there most days when I'm around. I'm going to try to be there at least half the time.
Okay.
So I'll be there tonight. We got some big hitters.
Yeah.
NG Slots coming in. A couple other guys. Yeah. I mean, I think we got a very high possibility of hitting, 6-figure or 7-figure hand pace tonight.
Are they going to play 500 a push?
Oh, they're here for a reason.
Okay. That's right.
Wow.
All right. Save 40% on our football season special. Follow the money promo code FTM. VSiN Pro Access. Everything we do across every sport through the Super Bowl. The best bets. Every host, every guest. 24/7 video, the breakdowns, the betting systems, and the splits. Lock it in, 40% off today. Code FTM, VSiN.com/subscribe.
Thanks, Derek. Have a great night tonight.
All right.
In-pocket plays are coming up next on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
To determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3 to 1 odds. Nope. 5 to 1. Nope. 10 to 1. You're on.
All right, a recap and then get to the new stuff. 2-0 last night. Gibbs over receiving yards winner, and the Padres in a thriller in extra innings clinched a playoff spot. They beat the Brewers, playing against the Brewers after they just clinched the day before. So now we come back with the Brewers and Zimmerman today.
Are you coming back with them?
Yeah. If it wasn't, I don't know a lot about Zimmerman. Do you?
No, I do not.
I wish it was Priest or a different pitcher. But the fun 6 days here with the regular season. Thanks to Joe Osborne for putting me on one of these. I'm ready to go Thursday night. JSN over again. He's been awesome so far this season. 80 yards is $1.20. To see where you shop it. That's at DraftKings. JSN over. And Darnold over passing yards. Seattle is top 5 in passing yards. Arizona has allowed the third most passing yards, but they faced Rattler, Bryce Young, and Mac Jones. I think Darnold's and JSN will cook Thursday in that game. Philly's run line, Bryce Harper, adamant, we got to get the bye. We got to lock this down. We're so good at home. Let's keep winning. Sanchez, I think he's on like an 18-1 run at home going back. Philly's on the run line against the Marlins. I'll take the Blue Jays tonight against the Red Sox. I'll go with Gossman, who's hot, and the Blue Jays trying to wrap up this division. A 2-game lead over the Yankees, although they do have the tiebreaker. And Matt Chapman, 2 total bases, plus $1.30 tonight. Palante has lost his last 8 starts, and Chapman is hitting .600 career against him. And next Thursday, Luke, the Rams are laying 3 against the 49ers in a huge game at home. I'll take the Rams to get it done there in that one.
The Vikings play the Browns, by the way, overseas next week. The first thing, that number's out, by the way. We'll do that tomorrow. Week 5 numbers in the NFL. The total is 39.5. I wanted it to be in the 40s, but 39.5 still might be a touch too high there.
I think so.
Ravens minus the 4 last night. No good. You know, when they got up 21-14, they were 7.5 in play here at Circa. And I was watching the game at a local spot last night. I was like, that's very intriguing to come back on Detroit. Went to bet it, changed to 6.5, got off the bet. I wanted to go for a middle there, thinking that they could win by 7 points. And when they took the 21-14 lead, it was all Detroit after that. And Baltimore got basically run off the football field. Loser there. Padres, I split my bets last night. First 5, no good. Did you watch that game?
I did not. I saw they were down 3-2 late.
So
tied. It went to extra innings. Yeah,
they botched a double play ball in the inning where the Brewers scored 3 runs.
Okay.
And then there was a play where I think it was, I can't remember who, but they threw it to third base to tag the Brewers guy out. And it looked like they tagged him out before the guy scored the run. They went to a replay, said, no, he scored the run first. If that doesn't happen, it's a push. But I thought for sure the guy was actually tagged out. I had a bet on the game, but I wasn't the only one who was watching. They thought, he's definitely out, and they gave him the run anyway. So that kind of hurt, but they came back to win the full game. So 1-2 with the bets last night, and I'm on nothing tonight.
Really?
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm not betting baseball.
Okay, I understand.
It's been it's been pure torture since May for me.
Matty V with a couple good props. Bobby Witt over total bases. Also, he made a good point about Gavin Williams tonight. It's hard to dominate the same team in a short span, back-to-back outings like that.
Well, Yamamoto against the Giants, right?
Yeah, well, we'll see if that happens tonight, and thinks maybe that total of 6.5 is enticing. G-Bank is built with sports bettors in mind. Earn a $50 cashback reward bonus once you're approved and your account's open with the G-Bank Visa Signature Card. Most credit card, street sportsbooks, and gaming transactions as cash advances, even when it's your own money. G-Bank treats them as regular purchases. No cash advance fees, saving you up to 3 to 5% on every deposit. You'll earn 1% cash back on all eligible sportsbooks and gaming transactions. 2% cash back on everything else you buy. Apply now. VSiN.com/GBank. VSiN.com/GBank.
All right, big news today across the board. A couple things. In college football, the news broke while we're live on the air. John Mateer, who was the front runner to win the Heisman Trophy this year, Oklahoma's quarterback, he is going to miss approximately the next month. A thumb?
Broken hand.
Broken hand is not. That's what they're officially saying now? Wow. Okay. So he goes from 7-1, and he is now at 20-1, and that's at DraftKings. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana quarterback, now 7-1, the short shot at DK.
Lower than that at ESPN bet. This is crazy. That's a big game Saturday, though.
Well, I think they're a 10-win playoff team.
Better win Saturday.
Yeah, if they don't win that one, then we're talking about 9-3, probably. But did you see where that point spread moved to? They opened 4. Last check, they're up to an 8-point favorite.
Ooh.
Are we not going to get a bunch of points in that game? I get it, Iowa's defense, but Cignetti is the coach. This guy flinging it all around the yard. Indiana's offense.
Shakedown Saturday. What a schedule.
But that's horrible news for Oklahoma.
Yeah, but they can manage it, though, because they're on a bye. Then they play Kent State. That's another bye. And then they play Texas. You know, Hawkins can't throw it, but maybe you dial up a game plan. Arch turns it over. Who knows? And as you said earlier, if you can find it, get that under right now.
Yeah, it was 56.5, but I think that's probably long gone at this point. And also the news in the NFL, the Giants, look, it felt like the writing was on the wall yesterday when their head coach, Brian Dable, he was asked about it like 4 straight times. Like, what are you going to do about quarterback? We're evaluating everything. He said, okay, so they were going to go to Dart. He did. That news came out this afternoon that Jackson Dart is going to get the start for the Giants this week. They take on the Chargers. They're a 6-8. See, that point spread moved when and it was not in the Giants' favor. They were a 6-point dog against the Chargers. That's now 6.5. And Jackson Dart's odds to win Offensive Rookie of the Year plummeted here at Circa, plus 550. Wow. You can't bet that number.
That's an overreaction.
Yeah, if you did not bet Jackson Dart before this news when he was 20-1 or higher, you cannot get involved now.
Well, it's probably also saying we have enough on him and the liability and all that too. I mean, it's
could be.
But does it hurt our Scatterboo tickets? We gave out Scatterboo at 80-1 in the summer, and he has rocketed up the charts here. His number has dropped, and
I think it does hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, this early, Dart was going to play at some point.
Well, he's got to put numbers up too, and I don't know if he's going to put numbers up with Wilson. You throw out the Cowboys. The Cowboys are awful and can't stop anything.
Right. I wanted
They'll make anyone look good.
My hope was to get a longer runway with Scatterboo before they went to Dart, and I thought the play was going to be they're going to wait until the Saints game, and then Scatterboo was going to have a chance to build up, really good numbers potentially. It's his backfield now, and then I think the highlight film for him is going to just be incredible this year, and that could be a big thing as well. But now it's all of a sudden like, no, here you go. We can't do Russ anymore because he was so pathetic against the Chiefs on Sunday night.
Let me give you some stuff from my Giants source. Tracy is so worried about losing snaps in his job that he snapped his shoulder back into place, popped his shoulder back into place, a la Mel Gibson, as you said earlier. They love Winston. He's not going anywhere. Apparently they have called Cincinnati about Russ Wilson. And a little disappointed in the defense. And a lot of guys pointing out, how do we not take the ball away from Mahomes? You're big defensive guys. How does a tiny quarterback take the ball from you?
It's embarrassing.
It happened twice.
Both, by the way. The back-to-back plays from Mahomes, embarrassing by him. What is going on with that dude?
Yeah, throwing it backward with Pacheco. It's like, what do you, yeah.
Yeah. And then how do you not just
steal the ball from him?
It's your ball.
I applaud him for the hustle. But you can't let Mahomes steal the ball from you.
Oh, agreed. How about a loser leaves town match this Sunday at Arrowhead?
I still think Baltimore would make the playoffs, but
well, Paul,
it's what you said earlier. Yeah, 470 to win the. What is it?
370.
370.
Think about that for a second.
If 1 and 2.
They're a 2.5-point favorite on the road against the Chiefs. Certainly a losable game for them. So that you can see them dropping to 1 and 3, and yet they're minus 370 to win their division. They have 2 losses in 3 games, and they were like minus 145, minus 150 3 weeks ago before the season started.
Tough assignment for Dart going against the Chargers. And how high do you make that price on the Chargers? They're not only are they 3-0, they're 3-0 in the division.
Yeah.
So they have every huge advantage right now. Guardians have 2 on and 1 out. Oh,
is that a double play?
Scooble got a double play to get out of it. All right. He was in trouble.
Got a big break.
Yep. So no score, top of the second. Guardians and Tigers.
I'm looking at JSN on Thursday night. Yeah, his numbers are going up. No surprise. His receptions prop is 6.5 minus 138.
They take shots, man.
Wow.
He's good.
Well, but if you give me 12 targets every game.
That's right. Right.
All right. Great job by everybody behind the glass today. Excellent job to everybody. As always, stay tuned. VSiN Primetime is next. Tim Murray, Matt Humans for 4 hours. Cashing out, Dustin Sweetelson after that. And then you can wake up early morning, 7 a.m. Eastern. VSiN by the books with Dave Ross and Jensen Lewis. Have a great night. Good luck.